Hey everybody, my name's Larry. I'm with Under the Bridge Flies, and we're going to tie a Hatchmaster here for you. Excuse me. If you seen my page or my Under the Bridge Flies page or my regular page, you've probably seen this Hatchmaster before. This is a great dry fly pattern. If you don't have it in your box and you like dry fly fishing, I would highly recommend putting this one in your box. I've caught a lot of fish off of it. Anyway, we got a Daiichi 1130 size 14. It's a Daiichi 1130 size 14 caddis hook there is what we're using, and we got some gray Unithread. This is 8/0, and we're just going to start behind our eye there and go ahead and take that back. Snip this end off here and take it back a little more, and then we're going to stop to about where our barb is on our hook. You just let your hair, just let it hang there, and you should be right about where your barb is. So we're going to use teal flank feathers today. Teal flank, I got these in. I really like the look of them. Most generally, I use just regular natural mallard flank feathers, and they make really nice Hatchmasters, but these got, you know, a lot more color to them and everything, so I really wanted to try these out, and they really do make a really nice Hatchmaster. So we're going to take this, and we can get rid of all this fur on the bottom here. Don't need none of that. So take your feather here and grab the tip of it and just pull back. And what we're trying to accomplish on this is just a little bit of a tail right there. See, that's just not a whole lot. Make sure you're pulling them back even. You don't want to have one side longer or shorter than the other. And you might have a few uncooperative hairs. Just watch your finger a little bit, and they will start cooperating a little better. Anyway, so if you wet your finger a little bit, you can get this down to where it's, I mean, pretty thin. So what you're going to do is just slide your finger right over your, you know, your thumb and finger. Just slide your hook in there, take your thread and go over it just a couple times. You want to stay back close to your thumb and forefinger, you know, with your thread. Don't let it drop down your hook bend there like I just did the first time. 2 wraps will hold it there. Just let your thread hang. Now the important thing on this fly, keeping your feather center. Keep your feather right in the center there. You line them stems up with the center of that, and if you hold that thread a little bit and give a little bit of a pull back there, then it'll tighten that to where you're getting a really nice little teardrop shape on the back there. And just throw a couple more wraps around real quick and keep that, like I said, just, you know, a couple wraps, center it back up, you know, just keep working it. And we got one that ain't cooperating there. There we go. And we want to just get that, you know, tied in there decent. We're going to leave probably, you know, if you got a, you know, a little bit right there, so we're just going to leave, you want to leave that there, a bunch of room up on front. So now you just take this and find your stem here, and we got probably a 1/2 inch up front here. So anyway, we're going to find our stem here, and you don't want to cut any of these feathers if you can avoid it. You know, you're just trying to cut that stem off. Get that out of there. Leave them feathers, you know. These here are going to be your wings here in a little bit. So anyway, just go ahead and get your thread back and right there where you started. And if you want, I mean, you can always put some, you know, wraps up underneath of there, just like that, up underneath, you know, and that'll help hold that, you know, keep that held up there. Anyway, gray dubbing, doesn't really matter. Darker gray, slate gray, looks better on this fly. I mix my own dubbing, so that's why I got the clear bag on that. But for these, I just I use that hare's ear mask, and I cut some gray dubbing in there, and then I got some real shiny little just silverish dubbing, just very little of it in there, but it just brings a little flash to the body, when the light hits it. But it's a little bit darker. It's more of a slate gray, and I think the slate gray just looks better on this fly than regular gray. But whatever gray you got handy, so when you get your dubbing on there, I got a stray that's just not wanting to give up there. Boy, he don't even want to be cut off. Look at that. So after you get your dubbing just a little bit, you're just going to go to where you stopped your thread. You're just going to have just a little body there. You want to take your feathers and you're going to split these. You want to split these in half, and you want to, try to get an even amount on both sides of long and short. So once you get these split, and go in the right direction, you want to just grab those. See how I'm doing that with my finger and pushing back? And you can kind of line them that way. And we're just going to grab our thread now, and we're just going to throw a couple wraps in front here real quick. And we're going to take that down to the eye and then back up again. Give us a little. Now, your feathers should be running pretty much straight over. You should have a T here right now. So now just grab you a hackle off of your, saddle, and grizzly dry fly. This is a dark grizzly. Whiting Farms, eBay, I get mine from Whiting Farms. I got the, I usually get the gold or the silver series. I get pretty good feathers when I get them, because, I try to tie good flies. But they got pro grades and, stuff like that that's, cheaper, that's got really good feathers in it, You just have to search a little more for them. But anyway, so you want to get that, you want to get this hackle tied in, and you want to get it tied in right up on these. Don't try to push them back anymore, but get them right up on there, and then get your thread down there out of the way. Grab your hackle, get you some hackle pliers. I got these from Dr. Slick, actually, and I got the pointed ones the second time. I got the round ones, and I do not like those at all. Them things just wouldn't hold a feather for nothing. Might as well have been trying to hold a piece of butter with these things. It just kept sliding out. But when you're wrapping your hackle there, just stay right up against those, and get your next wrap. And we're going backwards, this time. If you can see that, we're trying to go backwards with this. And we're going to go backwards one more time, and see how those feathers are pushing back there. Now I got them back to where I want them. So now I'm just going to work my hackle back forward, and we're going to get them up, and we're just going to leave just a little, just a little bit right there, just to tie off on, because you don't have to crowd your eye with this for no reason. And then you just take and throw a whip finish around this thing, and clip that off. Take and turn your fly over, and you want to just make this, straight across. Try not to clip your wings. You're just trying to clip the grizzly hackle there. That way when this thing goes and lays down on the water, it's just going to lay nice and flat just like that. and wings are going to hold it up, and this is going to hold it up, and that tail is going to hold it up. And this is a really great dry fly pattern. I really suggest that you tie some of these and put it in your box, and next time you see some trout rising, throw one of these in front of him a couple times and see if he doesn't take that thing, because I'm pretty sure he will. I mean, I've caught fish all over the place with these, and I've got browns and rainbows and cuts. I mean, all of them to rise up and attack this thing. So it's a good pattern. I really like it. You can get all the materials for this except for this saddle hackle, this dry fly hackle. I don't have a connection for that yet, but I'm working on it. I'll have one before long. Everything else you can get on underthebridgeflies.com. You want to buy some of these flies? Underthebridgeflies.com. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, I suggest you tie this. If you get some tied, tag me in your post. If you post them on Facebook there, tag me, and I'd like to see them. You catch any fish on one of these, again, tag me on your post. I'd really like to see your fish and your flies that you're tying out there. So you get the materials, and if you're not tying, get this fly on over at underthebridgeflies.com. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.